Good evening, Internet. Hi there, everybody. And this is us, Team Darker back, doing a little ranking show tonight. Myself, statistical. Hang on a minute. It's never right where you've been over there looking away. There you go. That's better. Statistical L0 himself, Stato, and we've got a new member of Team Dark tonight. Somebody joining us, Hojo, who's launching the Mythicals. Tomorrow night, isn't it? It's launching tomorrow.
Yep.
Tomorrow, cool. So thank you very much for joining us tonight. And
thanks for having me, man.
We are down one member of Team Dark, though. Lucifer Storm has succumbed to some terrible, diabolical, nefarious, I don't know, evil thing. He's having trouble with his PC, so he's unable to join us at the moment. So he will be here when we watch Night of the Living Dead in a couple of weeks' time, though. He assures me. But yeah, I hope he gets that all sorted out. So, right, okay, excellent. Who's here? Hyper Casual's here. Hey, Hyper. Exactly. You notice that Carly Monroe is in every single intro that I do. Not bad at all. Hey, monkey. Not my monkeys, not my circus. Let us know what you're drinking tonight. I'm on a very exotic, sparkling water. Oh, it's good. It does that when I lift it up. Tatty Bogleman takes it away from me. So before we get started ranking the full moon movies, I'm going to ask Hojo to tell us a little bit about the campaign that he's launching tomorrow. The link to which is in the links below. It will take you to his sign-up page, and that will magically turn into the actual launch tomorrow when it actually launches. So Hojo, please tell us a little bit about the Mythicals.
Well, right. The Mythical is like a supernatural action mystery that's centered around Level M. It's like a top secret organization comprised of creatures from myth and legend. So like I describe it as like if you want the quick 5-second mashup generic thing, it's like the best parts of Buffy the Vampire Slayer mixed with Wildcats from Jim Lee with a little X-Files conspiracy sprinkled in.
Oh, excellent. You've got that down, Pat. That's it. Oh, it takes me about 20 minutes to tell people what my comics are about. I do notice you've got like a CG UK.
Yeah, man. Peter Gilmore, he was a
joy to work with. Yep, excellent. That's the annoying thing about Indiegogo. You can't big up the things on the page like that. But
right,
excellent. So
that site.
Yeah. But we're kind of stuck with it right now, I suppose. Yeah. Is this your first campaign?
Yeah. I've had this story for about 15 years. Just put it away because I was going to submit to CrossGen Comics, and I got back from a deployment. And they're out of business, so it's not like you could just go to Marvel, and be like, hey, look at my stuff. I've never done this before.
Right?
Yeah.
No, so. I sat on it, and I've discovered all this about, I'll say like maybe a year and some change. And it was a wild ride down here. Like at first, I was like, "What is all this?"
Right.
The first thing I saw was like, I think it was like Shelby's Reaper Destroyer. Cover. And I was like, "What is that, man?" Like I saw who that was, and then like I saw a certain person that does a certain frog, like Ethan Van Sciver. I was like, I know that guy. I saw he was trending. Then I saw it said #ComicsGate. I was like, well, what is that? Like any noob would do. And then I went to the Wikipedia page and saw in about 15 seconds. Well, this is all. I know this website, what it is. I use it for monitoring purposes. So I've checked into some things. It's all good. I'm just here to just make comic books, man.
Yeah, cool. That's
probably the dream,
That's what it's all about, isn't it? That is what it's all about.
I grew up watching horror movies. I was in the Army. Had an idea one time, like I was like, instead of wasting manpower going to this, what if a team of monsters and I had a weird dream, and then it all spiraled from there. And it's been updated like over the past year. I just like brought it out, dusted it off, and like I couldn't stop writing it all. Like it's gonna be 13 issues, and it's all plotted out. I've got 6 issues already written.
Wow.
And
excellent. Yeah. Well,
the 24th page will be should be inked in the next 2 days. So,
Excellent. I'm pretty sure I signed up for the old
it's a fun ride, man.
game, but
It can really be what you want it to be. It could be like if you just want to see monsters fight, and that's cool. If you want to just like have a fun, good superhero comic, that's cool too. You got that. And then if you want to peel something back, and like by the 8th issue, if you go back look at issue 1, you're like, oh, now that makes sense. So being able to just like plant those seeds and like I almost like wrote it in reverse.
So how many pages are you going for your first book?
We're gonna do 24. Just bring that back and cram some fan art in the back. Already got some of that in. It's been looking pretty good.
Not my monkey is making an observation.
If it's that's Dan Dahl. Like you're talking about that image, that's Dan Dahl.
Yeah. Right. Okay. Yeah. He is on the Talisker sky tonight. So I wish I was too. Evening, Pete. Thanks for joining us.
Hey, Pete.
You'll get mentioned later on because I think there might be one here that only I've seen thanks to you on this ranking. So let's do this then. We'll come back to we'll play out with your video for the mythicals when we're done with the ranking. And like I say to everybody, anybody that's just turned up, click on the link. It's in the links below and sign up tomorrow. That link will take you to a live campaign as well. So exciting times for Hojo with this campaign. Right. Was it a year ago we were going to do this?
Yeah, this has been pushed off. I don't know how many times.
It's been pushed up so many times. We do have a lot of the Full Moon movies on Tubi.
Yep, there's a whole lot of them on Tubi.
Yeah, I'm doing one Saturday. With,
really?
Brian, the guy who does Six Gun Gorilla, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're doing. It's a cool movie. We're doing The Ninth Gate.
Right.
Oh, really?
It's a good movie.
Cool. Yeah. That's of a higher quality than the Full Moon.
Yeah, because we originally had 1408, but they took it off of Tubi.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. God bless Tubi. Exactly. Yeah, and VPNs. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to watch them. So I use Proton VPN. It's free, and the free version is great because one of their free options. They have
not a sponsor.
3 free options is the US, so you use that one. Not a sponsor. But you know what?
Pretty good though.
Yeah. So the problem I had with this at the time, and the problem I even had now, was what is a Full Moon picture? And I've decided to go right back to Empire Pictures when they first started out. And
Sorry about that. Got it.
You okay, man?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Thought we
just slipped off the thing.
That's very caring of you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
It's my wife's too.
Oh. Sure, everyone's okay. You're in trouble. Right.
We're good to go. Carry on.
Excellent. Yep. So we've got all the kind of like the Empire Pictures, or some of the Empire Pictures in here, then it goes into Full Moon Pictures, and then now you've got there's so many different Full Moon things now that I think that they knock them out in a fortnight. Or maybe even less. And I haven't really included all that stuff, and I haven't included anything that they can license and put out as well. So this is not an all-encompassing ranking of the Full Moon movies.
That'd be a full day's work to rank all that stuff. They got so many movies in their library.
Yeah,
it would be a full day's work to make the tier maker on its own. That would be a full day's work. So that's kind of how we're approaching it. And for most of them, where there's a series, we'll do the first movie, and then we'll have a look at how does the series stand in the ranking, rather than going Puppet Master 27 or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Because I was like, they kept making these. I took a quick glance. I was like, man, it's like they made it like a spinoff or something, and then like had a crossover with the spinoff.
Yep.
Then a reboot of the crossover of the spinoff. There's no stopping them.
This is really the house that Puppet Master built.
Yeah, but they did kind of start that way, so it's quite interesting. I didn't put in Laser Blast, which was I suppose it could have been the first one, and it might just have been hindsight on my part because I looked at the rankings there and it's not there. But anyway, let's have a little look at them. So, okay.
All right.
So we have at the very top Full Moon Classic. Okay. Now, Full Moon Classic, I should have put a top ranking, which is like Classic and then Full Moon Classic, because I want you to think of Full Moon Classic as a film that can, up against like, I don't know, a George Romero zombie movie or something like that. It's maybe not the same level, but as a full moon movie, is probably one of the best.
We got to put all those with that qualifier as a full moon movie.
As a full moon movie. It means, and some of them are really good. Shooting for the Moon. Hey, see what I did there?
It's not Canon Pictures, but it'll do.
No. Oh, I can't wait to do the Canon one. Dry Hairs for Squids, which is right in the middle there, but it came from, I think, one of the top tier movies. Crash and Burn. These are all from the Empire, and Hit It with a Shovel. Okay, so that's at the very bottom. I was going to put in, has anybody seen it but Wally? But then I realised I haven't seen a lot of these as well, so that we're not using that tier this time. Yeah, let's get going with this.
Wait, what's not my monkey saying?
But I know, as I'm just, what was he?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's critting the work. This is what he does. He does this. He goes on streams and he crits the work. Oh, there you go. All right, my babbers.
Hey, Dave.
There he is.
Dave. The mighty Bristolian Dave, I like to call him. Right, okay, so let's do this.
No Jean-Claude Van Damme movies in here, Dave. Sorry.
Nah.
No, there's not. Hey, Dr. Mask.
Hey, Dr. Mask.
Right.
Hey.
Okay, right. I'm going to start this ranking, and I'm going to start this ranking with, we're just going to have to go there, I think, and we're just going to have to pull it up. We're not going to do this in any kind of sequence as such, but I just want to pull up Evil Bong. So we'll stick it right now in Dry Hairs for Squids, right?
All right.
Evil Bong. I'm going to ask the chat. Has anybody in the chat followed the Evil Bong franchise? Is anybody?
The first one.
You saw the first one?
I saw the first one.
Yeah, I saw parts of the first one.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of nodded off.
Didn't like
woke up, nodded off, woke up. It's actually, it's not bad.
Okay.
It's not bad.
That was a glowing review, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I watched it. I fell asleep. I got
makes
up.
me want to go watch it right now.
Yeah, I mean, do we have any Evil Bong fans in the chat? Is what I'm asking you,
All of
because
them.
as a concept, the idea of like an evil possessed, because it's possessed, isn't it? Bong. So it's kind of like, what? How would you explain it, Stato? It's like Bill and Ted meet. No, it's like Cheech and Chong meet. I don't know.
Freddy Krueger.
Ash. Okay.
Yeah. Freddy Krueger. Cheech and Chong meet Freddy Krueger. Yeah, well, I was going to, hopefully I was going to rely on Lucifer tonight, Pete, but his PC's giving him jip, so he can't join us. So you let me down, Pete. I thought you might have seen Evil Bong.
Yeah, it's just such a Pete movie, for goodness
I know.
sake.
No, actually, it's not. It's
Sign
not
me all up. What is there, like 8 of them?
I've seen it or most of it. It's not at all a Pete movie. There's loads of them.
They had to get to 6 so they could say Evil Bong 666, and then of course the sequel Evil Bong 777. Absolutely to be taken seriously.
Never heard of. I was going to rely on the chat tonight, and you're all letting me down. You've seen less of them than we have, I think.
I just wonder, like, who greenlights these movies and who's paying these people and how much they're paying these people, because I'm in the wrong industry. If that's the case.
These movies make the money because they cost about what? I'll be realistic, a few $1,000s. Some of them, like
it's almost 20? Like a spaghetti western.
Yeah, and then they make a lot of money back in just streaming.
Yeah,
or a lot of DVD sales. This stuff's got like a crazy cult following. I don't know if there's a following quite like Full Moon.
The thing about Full Moon is they have such a library of work now.
Yeah,
going all the way back. And the new stuff they're making is so kind of cheap.
It's their brand.
You're right. They've turned into kind of a hybrid of the Sharknado movies and Trauma.
I was gonna say
That's-
Trauma,
A
actually.
little
Yeah.
bit.
Yeah,
Yeah. But
yeah.
hey, that's what the fans expect. I don't know if like a legitimate full moon movie would go well. Like, like making it look like a Blumhouse or
Yeah.
something like that. Like, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
They've already got plenty of those kind of places.
Yeah,
This
like
is
a big budget
flavor.
Transfers movie would probably freak people out, wouldn't it?
Right.
And I have seen Transfers.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, I have, right. Okay, but see, Evil Bong. Now, I'm kind of wary of putting it down, but I hit it with a shovel simply because
He fell
it's
asleep.
competently put together. But what do you think, Stato? You're the only other person who's seen it.
Well, it's not
I
my
think-
favorite.
Is it Crash and
In the-
Burn or Hit It with a Shovel?
I'd probably say Crash and Burn. I mean,
Yeah.
it's
Crash
got a
and Burn.
great like premise and like a lot you can do there. But
Yeah.
it's kind of one of those things where you can kind of, I mean, this is saying a lot for a lot of full moon stuff. You can get it better elsewhere.
Yeah.
Like Freddy,
Yeah.
for example, almost,
Yeah.
or something like
Yeah.
that. So it's not my favorite franchise from Full Moon.
No. And I think as you will become a parent, we do quite like some of these films. So I'm just going to go there and bring up Transfers. Okay. And I'll put it into dry hairs for Squids because that's
You're gonna go kind of an average
Transfers.
sort of.
Well, I'm just putting everything in the middle right now, and then we'll decide.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah. Well, unless the middle gets completely full up with films, then I'll just
It will
drag
be.
them. Yeah,
But you should all be hit it with a shovel. I mean, like if you're really being objective,
yeah. Well,
we score differently for this.
not Transfers.
Not Transfers.
One of the best low budget Christmas movies ever made.
It's true. I was a little surprised when I watched it. Like, oh, Christmas movie.
Yeah, I watched this on accident for the first time because my
What?
mom rented this instead of Scanners.
Oh,
I told her I wanted Scanners, and like 'cause it almost kind of looks the same, And
it's an
my
innocent
mom,
mistake, I
she was
suppose.
just like,
Yeah.
she got it, and I was like, what is this? And it wasn't bad, man. I was young.
It's pretty good.
Looking at this box art, it reminded me of Screamers with Peter Weller.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
All right.
I just remember in the 4x3 framing on the VHS, you always saw the boom mic. Just remember. Yeah, you don't see that now in the widescreen. But
You should see Starbucks in Game of Thrones now.
yeah.
Finally remember it. I think it holds up. I was watching this one today because it's like a minute or an hour and 16 minutes, so it's pretty short to kind of like refresh myself. But it is actually a bit more fun than a lot of the stuff that's come out. I mean, it's easy to it's low hanging fruit to rag on like the stuff that's come out in the last couple of years.
Right.
But in terms of like saying, I don't care about realism, let's have some fun. Like, old comic book movies from the Silver Age or something.
Yeah,
or
man.
comic books from the Silver Age where it was like Ant-Man, found a fallen star, so he picked it up and brought it to his car when that thing would have weighed like, thousands and thousands of pounds, but it's a friggin' comic book. So what the heck? That's where it came from.
Yeah. And it has Tim Thomerson, who is just
He's awesome.
really good in it.
Yeah.
As Jack Death.
Yeah. That's an awesome name.
Yeah.
And you think that's like the villain?
Yeah, but no, he's a good guy, but he's so cynical all the way through the movie. It's just.
I wonder how he felt about doing these because he did like 5 or 6 of them.
Yeah.
And then 3 or 4 Dollman movies, and he was all in for these things.
Well, we do have. I don't think I have all the sequels here, but I did bring in Transfers 2 if I can find it.
I vaguely remember.
Is it on there? I didn't think it was on there.
Oh, I didn't upload it. Oh, okay. So I did, but it hasn't. It seems to have not actually uploaded it. So
That's
I've
okay.
not
We'll
selected
include it in this.
Right. So we'll include it in this because he's in all the sequels. Transfers 2. You've got Helen Hunt in this and the sequel. I think she was just contractually obliged to be in the sequel.
I don't know. She came back for number 6.
Did she?
She did. I was looking it up, and she was in the first 3, and then she was in 6. So I wonder if I got to look at it, like if they used archive footage or if she came back just for fun.
I haven't stayed awake all the way through number 6 either.
I think the 4th one's the last one I even remember even knowing about.
They got
Actually, I don't know if I've seen 6. But 4 and 5 were they not written by Peter David?
Is that right?
Yeah,
the
comic book guy.
I think he wrote Mount Rushmore of writers.
Yeah, it's either 4 and 5 or 5 and 6.
That's when they go crazy and they start going to like the westerns back in time to like Western times and stuff.
Oh no!
Yeah, I'm going to. I do think I'm right with this, so I'm going to put.
They stopped short of Trancers in Space, which is I'm surprised they didn't go there.
Yeah, now because
it's too expensive, probably.
Danny Bilson and Paul DeMeo wrote Trancers, right? And they wrote the original Flash TV show that was made.
That makes sense.
The one season, and they also wrote the Rocketeer movie, or the Rocketeer.
Oh wow!
So they were actually pretty good, and put together some good stuff. And Trancers was like, I think, especially good. It was an Empire Pictures released back before Full Moon was actually a thing, and feels like a proper movie, a proper low budget movie. But
these
I'm going to have
feel
a look.
like competitions for canon. Like the first ones that they were doing, it feels very much like a serious canon movie with a little bit less of a budget.
Right, I'm having a look here. So it was 4 and 5. I've not seen 6. I think it's 4 and 5. 6 I haven't seen all of. 4 and 5 were written by Peter David and directed by David Nutter, the guy who directed the pilot for X-Files.
Yeah, I was going to say he did X-Files, man. I'm a big X-Files
so he was
nice.
a kind of go-to guy in the late 80s and 90s to do pilot shows to kind of like basically form the style, for the other directors coming on the show. He was a kind of go-to guy for that.
Yep.
So they are interesting because of the people that are working on them as well. Because Peter David, he made a film called Oblivion 2, not Oblivion 2, but just Oblivion.
Yeah.
Actually, he might have made an Oblivion 2 too. Actually,
probably.
Which was like a space western you were talking about.
I can't believe they never. Man, can you imagine if they did like a Freddy Krueger in space? How nuts you could make that with like CGI.
I'm truly surprised they haven't.
Because I remember they did Hellraiser in space. I was so disappointed.
Yeah.
But it's also kind of a decent story because you got like an origin story on that.
That's like 4 different scripts cobbled together.
I know. I read the stories about that. It's crazy.
What a screwed up production.
That's an Alan Smithy film, isn't it? Where the director just owned it. Yeah.
Yep. One of the few. Yeah.
Yeah. They're quite enjoyable though, if you know going in that they're Alan Smithy films. You look for the seams and to see where things are going. Well, we don't have the sequels here because I've not uploaded them.
Sure.
But where are we going to put Trancers, or even because the chat have seen this?
I'd say it was Shooting for the Moon myself.
Yeah, I was going to say Shooting for the Moon myself.
It's not a classic, but I think it was decent enough to stand. The first one at least stood kind of the test of time. It was a little cheesy, mind you, but I mean, it was real short, practically a TV movie, but I mean, it wasn't bad at all.
Yep. Yeah, Jason X was great. Great.
Stop it.
I love Jason X.
And when I was talking about Peter David, like I would talk about his Hulk run, his X Factor run. Like
right.
It's pretty much it for me. Just so we're clear.
I like his Star Trek novels. He wrote a lot of Star Trek novels, and they were pretty good as well. Next Gen novels. They were kind of like short and kind of like really pacey, and he was quite good at getting the voice of the actual characters. And did he not write a couple of Babylon 5s, or at least one that was half decent? I think so.
I love Babylon 5.
Yeah, I think I think he was the only person other than the creator whose name I can never see right.
Is it Straczynski?
That's it. Michael Straczynski.
Yeah,
I think he was the only person other than him. See, that needs to be remastered and put in HD. That's a great show.
That would be great.
We'll do a Babylon 5 show in the future. We'll give you a call for that, would you?
Yeah, and another guy who would talk your ear off, Nick Tockert.
Right, big Babylon 5 guy.
Oh my god, he brings up every time I'm on stream or something.
Oh, cool, right. We tend to plan shows that we do in 2 years' time. So in 2 years' time, expect the call. Like this one. Again, it's one of these things. It's a bit like filming. You kind of go when it's like the much cheaper version of what Paramount were doing with Star Trek. They don't have the budget. They're always fighting the studio, and they're trying to keep everything going, kind of going, and have a cohesive like novel on TV. So yeah,
Right.
did a great job.
I adapted his model for the Mythicals. Like he wrote all 5 seasons. It was done. Like when he handed it, it was done. There's no continuity, nothing wrong.
Yep.
Nice.
It was like a perfect. It was like an open and shut book until they started to just bleed it out those little TV movies. But
So you've worked out like
and then the spin-off.
you worked out your story the same way then, as if it was seasons. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, kind of. I mean, I wouldn't say each episode. I mean, each issue is like, like comic books used to be. It's a storyline. It's a cohesive storyline. It kind of like borrowed it from manga, how it's like one complete volume, and then they're done with it. Then they'll move on to something else. That's what I'm going to do.
Cool. So so the chat they're not really caring one way or the other where we put transfers. I don't think. I would have had it as a film and classic, but I might have voted by you guys. Yeah,
I suppose.
Yeah,
I just don't like how it's so
we
short.
We can still move it.
Yeah,
but for right now, compared to the rest of them, I'd say.
Yeah, but that's kind of what we
it
do.
is way above Full Moon, compared to some of those.
Others, yeah.
Yeah.
You mean like Ginger Dead Man?
Ginger Dead. Well, the first one with Gary Busey. Was he in the sequels? I know he's in the first one.
I don't know. Was it not his brother or cousin or somebody? There was somebody called Busey in them. It was something like that.
Gary was in the first one. I remember that much.
Yeah. Wow. Was it 1 or 2 scenes he was in, and then it was just the voice?
Yeah, he did the voices.
What's he up to?
Oh, he's
he should be bad off, I would think.
Yeah,
he lived a rough life.
I'd say Ginger Dead Man. I think so. It's a good average kind of middle of the road one, because it doesn't do anything wrong, but it doesn't do anything like absolutely spectacular either. It's the kind of stuff that Full Moon's known for. Weird jokes and little goblin looking thing running around.
Yeah, I do have the trailer if anybody wants to watch the trailer here. But it's 2 minutes. I think even at that, it's 2 minutes too long. I'll start the start of it. I'll pop it up. I'll give us at least we'll get about 20 or 30 seconds into it and see what happens. Because I don't like to do a show where I don't get at least one copyright claim. So
it's tradition now.
It's a tradition. I'm amazed that my opening title sequences have not got any yet.
They haven't.
No, not one of them. Yeah. So
in a quiet bakery, one woman is about to confront her past.
We gotta fight back.
An unforgivable act of violence.
It also says here that after they fried him in the chair, they cremated him and sent his ashes to his mother in Coonsboro.
Something else was just left at the back porch, too.
Must be that gingerbread season.
Ah! Heck!
An unholy curse.
What is that fucker anyway?
I think I know what. I mean, who it is.
It's me you're after! Why'd you come and get me?
A new kind of cookie.
The hell is that?
Well, it sure ain't the Pillsbury fucking Doughboy.
That's the Ginger. That's enough. That's enough of that.
That is hilarious.
You sounded like you didn't like it. Come on now.
No, that looks hilarious.
Right, okay.
You're gonna go do a whole marathon after this, aren't you? Ginger Dead Man official.
I'm gonna convince the wife, I hope.
When I was doing some research for this and I was watching some of this stuff, my wife comes in and she sees what was on the screen, and I can't remember what it was. I was looking at one of them, and she just kind of stops and looks and turns right back around. It might have been Head of the Family.
Oh.
Yeah. I don't. Is Monkeys really? Is he calling this a classic?
He's calling this a classic.
I want to watch the whole trailer now. After this, I'm gonna watch the trailer.
Yeah, I'll chance it with the first half and see what happens. I'll leave playing the whole trailer. I really wanted to thoroughly enjoy the ginger dead man. But other than the appearance of Gary Busey, I kind of just
didn't like it.
No,
I don't know. The ladies, when she delivered the line in the beginning, was a little subpar. Acting wise,
I thought that was pretty good for a full moon feature.
yeah, you're right. You're right.
It's not bad at all. So I'm going. I'll go with you. You know, if anybody has seen it, I've seen it, and I would put it on par with. I think Evil Bong is better made, funnily enough, but I think I would put it on par with Evil Bong as a crash and burn.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, they have a crossover later, but I haven't seen either any of the sequels. I can't imagine they're much better.
No, I can't imagine.
They tend to not be. They tend to decline a little bit each time. So make it a copy of a copy.
The idea of watching sequels to either Evil Bong or Ginger Dead Man was just too much for me to bear, let alone a crossover. So it's not included.
I think I like Ginger Dead Man better than Evil Bong myself.
Okay.
That was a bit half-baked.
Right. Okay. So am I moving this up to dry hairs for squids then, because of what you're saying about Peter saying? And
sure.
It's looking
I wish
like
there was
it.
like a halfway ad. Put
it
Yeah. Well, we do. What's the beauty of this is we now have like a proper, like it's right in the middle. But Zone Troopers, who's seen that?
That was one I didn't get to.
Right.
You got.
This is written by the guys that wrote Trancers as well.
Okay.
Oh.
And I think it was actually released by a big studio like Columbia or something. And it's a kind of World War II soldiers meet an alien. So,
hey,
so
I like the premise.
Saving Private Ryan meets E.T. Sort of thing. There you go. It's quite slow and measured, but it's well written, and it's got Tim Thomerson in it. So
interesting.
It gets my vote as being better than.
So Hyper Kaiju is going to say it's got to be at least Shooting for the Moon.
I would have a Shooting for the Moon on this, definitely.
Okay. All right. That one on Tubi, I didn't notice it.
I don't know if it is. It might not be, because it was definitely Columbia or.
Okay.
It was a big studio anyway. It was a big studio that had it.
Yeah.
They released it.
Oh, you can watch it for free on YouTube, Hyper Kaiju.
Oh, right. Cool. Yeah. Okay, so well, that's all I'm going to say. But as if you're a sci-fi fan, it's worth watching. It is kind of slow, and it's not the kind of like greatest movie you're ever going to see. But then again, remember you're watching Full Moon, so you're kind of looking for You've got to look in between the cracks to find the brilliance of their movies. And I'm just checking something here. About it before we move on to the next one. Let's have a little look. Yeah, Danny Bilson, one of the writers, he directed it as well. So it was the two of them. So it's a really low budget kind of affair. And it was edited by Ted Nicolau and produced. It had music by Richard Band. So it's a proper Charles Band, Empire Pictures type movie. Okay, well, that's cool then. So we're going to move this up because to Shooting for the Moon.
All right. Okay, so Pete saw Zone Troopers. Can't remember a lot about it. Did make a huge impression. It has some called Biff or something in it.
Biff something. Mittens. I think one was called Mittens. But let's have a look. Yep. Art LaFleur as George Mittens Mininsky. Yeah, it might well have had somebody called Biff in it as well. Cool. So I'm going to go on a wee journey here. And this journey involves the Puppet Master.
Oh boy. Here we go. Yeah. Personally, I feel like it's got to be classic.
Yeah.
Because It pretty
It
much
is.
built this entire studio.
Yep. That's the foundation, really. Did they have like a God? What was his name? He was like the grandpa or the uncle in National Lampoon's like a Christmas Vacation. He had the cigar.
Yeah,
Like
yeah, he was in the first one.
Bill Hickey or something like that.
Yep.
William.
The
Yeah.
man's been old all his life.
Yeah, I know, right?
Mm.
It's like George Burns. I feel like he was like my entire life. He was still 100, like from the moment I was born.
It's tough to judge this one because it's like the first two are very different from like parts 3 through 20 or whatever they're up to now, because they wrote themselves into a weird corner at the end of the second one with like the puppet master coming back and now he's like a literal doll person, and then he drives away and then they reboot it with the Nazi fighting.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm
forgot
looking
about that.
Yeah, well, I'm looking at the stuff right now because Puppet Master. Yeah, I'm agreeing with you guys. I think it's a Full Moon classic. Definitely, it's a Full Moon classic,
sure.
and it also stands up as just a good low budget horror movie as well. So we're popping them up here. Yeah. So yeah, I'm looking at the Wikipedia. I'm going down to have a little look and see how many of the other ones there were. So it was
got to be at least 10 or 12, because I know they did like a Third Reich trilogy, or like Access trilogy. They had parts 3 through I don't know however many where they were just kind of, there was a couple in the middle where they were fighting like demonic toys and trying some different stuff. It went really all over the place.
Well, I added stuff to this last night, this tier maker, and it hasn't actually uploaded them, so we're not bothered doing it because I was going to just rank all the Puppet Master movies en masse, but I think they would have been probably somewhere around about Crash and Burn or Dry Hairs for Squibs, because there's a few good ones. But Puppet Master 2, Puppet Master 3, Toonlow's Revenge, Puppet Master 4, Puppet Master 5, the final chapter, followed by Curse of the Puppet Master.
Never your name a sequel the final chapter.
No.
Never stop. Don't ever do that.
No, unless it's the first movie you're making based on that series.
Know, right.
Just to be different.
Great idea.
A great idea. I was going to say it gives me a great idea.
So, Retro Puppet Master, easy for me to see. Retro Puppet Master, Puppet Master: The Legacy, Puppet Master versus Demonic Toys, Puppet Master: Axis of Evil. This is where they get full on Nazi. Puppet Master X, Axis Rising, Puppet Master Axis Termination, Puppet Master: The Literalist Reich, which I've heard is entertaining, that one.
Really had to beat the dead horse on that one, huh?
Yeah, but Blade: The Iron Cross, and Puppet Master Doctor Death, and Doctor is spelled Doktor.
Oh, that makes it even creepier, doesn't it?
Oh, and then they've also got a timeline that puts them all in chronological order because they're all over the place. Wow.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Wow.
Yeah. And that's Puppet Master. We do have another Puppet Master.
I just remember Toonlow's Revenge. That was like my favorite when I was growing up.
That one was that's the third one, right?
Yeah.
It was pretty brilliant. I mean, when they did like the retcon thing where Blade was like modeled after Richard Lynch,
yeah, like,
it looks just like him.
I know.
It does. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Excellent. We do have another minute franchise. Well, it's not much of a franchise, but it's a little one, and it's Dollman.
I like Dollman.
Yeah, me too.
If it's not Shooting for the Moon, it's a classic. I wouldn't say it's a classic because most people don't know it.
Say Shooting for the Moon, because like if I were to take between that and Puppet Master, I'd be like, I
like Dollman more than Transfers myself.
I'm going to guess that Lucifer would have put this as a Full Moon classic if he was here. I think it's his favorite.
Probably, for sure.
So, I would also, because it's one of the, is it the only Full Moon movie or Empire Full Moon movie to be directed by Albert Payan?
Right.
Yeah, I think that might well be the case. So that, Tim Thomerson, and just the overall kind of like premise of this, like tiny guy who's it's like Clint Eastwood. He still acts like a Clint Eastwood type character in it
Right.
as Dollman. So for now, anyway, I'm going to put it up here with Puppet Master.
I definitely agree.
If you're okay with that,
Definitely agree.
So yeah, I'd heard that The Littlest Reich was actually quite good. So that's the one we should be checking out, guys.
It's not, the budget's not much bigger, and the acting's not much better on you, but
yes, you should all sub to Bristolian and Dave's
yes, clearly
YouTube channel after watching this, guys.
I've said it. I'm sure Dave has all of these in his collection, but
yeah. I did ask Dave if he wanted to join us, but he said he hadn't seen any.
Right.
Which, but I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's got a good lot of them. Have a look right now, because we know you've got some you've told us. Because if you've got enough, you could just come on and review them based on the covers.
He's got to walk into his movie room and just be like, "Oh wow, I've got this. Oh wow, I forgot I got this. Oh hey."
Right, now I'm going to do something here. I'm pulling this one up here.
Which one?
The Evil Clergyman.
Okay, I didn't like it.
Right. Didn't like it?
Nah, wasn't for me.
I haven't seen it.
Right, it's only a short half hour.
Apart from Jeffrey Combs being good,
he's a treasure.
But
yeah,
it wasn't really.
This is. I only have this. Is it on Tubi? I think it is, isn't it?
Yep, that's on Tubi.
Yeah. Pete in the chat kindly sent me a copy of this on DVD last year, and that's when I watched it, and I kind of like it. Okay. It's a section from a anthology that got cancelled, so they never fully got made. But they've pieced together the footage that they had and everything they had for this.
Oh, that's interesting. I didn't know that.
Yeah, so that's why it's got that kind of VHS look about it. Because I think it probably just used a VHS to piece it all together. But I quite liked it. Yeah.
Where would you put it?
Dry hairs for squids.
Okay.
Because I don't think it's fully formed and
right.
Although it's trying so hard that I might put it for Shooting for the Moon, but if as this is a democracy here, you don't rate it that much. So, based on the picture, who's in it, and the name, The Evil Clergyman, what do you think, Hojo?
I can't vote presents because that's for politicians. But let's just even it out and go with Dry Hairs for Squids.
Okay, that's what we'll do then. Good stuff. Good call. Or we could ask Pete to he'd say move it up to classic.
Of course he would.
Yeah. This is where okay. You're right here, Pete. This is where the cat will be thrown into the pigeons here when we bring it up. Again, I wasn't sure whether to include Reanimator or not, but I did. I might as well go there right now.
I believe it was in there. That's a classic.
Oh my god,
that's a classic. So I mean, we just know that's going to go up here. We don't even need to talk about that because we'll probably do a show further down the line where we talk about the Reanimator movies. And I did think about putting in a tier here that just was called Reanimator.
Yeah.
Well,
I see. Full Moon, were they? Who did the second one? That was a bigger budget deal.
There was I think it was Brian Usner that had all the rights to it, wasn't it? Okay. So it wasn't really the rights. But the rights for this are now back, I think, with Full Moon, and they're doing like a special Blu-ray release of it. I think they're getting the cast back together again and doing stuff for a special new release. I've got that many versions of it on DVD and Blu-ray already.
Right.
But yeah, I was going to do that, but I literally was going to the house tonight about 25 minutes before we went live. And so I didn't have the time to do that. So we're not going to move everything down. We're just going to kind of we'll move them along there. So we'll rank them that way.
Yeah.
So
none
so the one
none can be above.
Yeah. So that is the pinnacle is Reanimator. Yeah.
Hyper Kaiju agrees.
Yeah, Pulse Pounders. That was the anthology name. Thanks, Pete. It's a good cast. I like the atmosphere of it and so on. I think if they made the actual anthology, they maybe would have tightened up a little bit to once they get them all together. Just kind of goes on a wee bit too long for me.
Sure.
Right. Okay. What are we looking at down here? Demonic Toys. Anybody seen Demonic Toys?
I didn't care too much for it.
Yeah,
myself.
I didn't either.
Say
I
Crash and Burn,
vaguely
at least.
remember it.
Yeah,
they were trying to. I think they were trying to get another Puppet Master going.
Yes.
I don't think it worked out so hot.
It's like the GoBots of the franchise, of Full Moon.
I like it. I don't know. What do
Yeah.
you see it, Willie?
Yeah, I think it's Crash and Burn. I've never liked it that much.
Yeah.
There was, however, Dollman versus Demonic Toys, and I wasn't much a fan of that either because I like the idea of it. I would have rather seen Dollman versus Puppet Master.
Right.
But
at the time, he would have helped them fight the Nazis.
Yeah, he would. He would have. Yeah. Oh, that would have been interesting, wouldn't it? Yeah. Oh, we're coming up with great ideas
What's
tonight.
up, Mark?
Hey, Commie Mark.
Hey, Mark. I might as well. Oh, we'll do the one. Oh, he was too. He's always too quick for you. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, forget it. StreamYards is not having it. Exactly. Right. Okay. So we're not even going to bother talking much about Demonic Toys unless anybody in the chat wants to say something and really liked it.
No.
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 The answer is no.
No one.
Head of the family.
I don't know, man. I don't know where that goes. It looks great as MODOK. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, good call. It's a much better MODOK than what I've seen on.
Do you see the meme with him next to like a shark girl and lava boy or shark boy and lava girl?
I've seen a
It was
lot
like
of
George
comparisons like that
Lopez.
thrown around.
Oh my god!
Yeah, I saw the spoiler, the "Don't Be a Dick" scene, and I thought that's got to be an overdub, but seemingly it's not.
It is not. No.
Oh, I'm okay. I've
This one's kind of either an average or a middle lower. I'm still trying to puzzle it out.
I didn't get it.
It's kind of a weird, like, I like the that it's different. It's weird. It's 100% Full Moon features, the kind of thing you'd expect.
Yeah.
Yep.
But I don't know that. Very comic booky. Also ridiculously inappropriate.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would just put it in. I don't know. I've
very average.
I'm not a fan of it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
but it's trying something, so I don't think it's a crash and burn.
Right.
So everybody okay with just keeping it in the middle?
You're giving it for effort.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're in the club, but you're not on the wall.
Yeah. A for effort.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. No, I haven't seen Megan. Any of you guys seen Megan?
Mm-mm. I heard a lot of people.
I have heard a lot about it.
Yep. I'll see it once it goes to streaming, I think. I like the design of the
I just can't figure out is it CG? Is it traditional?
No, I think they put a mask on a little girl.
It's a mask, like it's some kind of yeah. That's it's insane.
It's tricky.
It is. Like I just kept saying, I was like, well, I watched the trailer like 3 times where I was just like, no, I don't know. I'm good. Oh.
Right. Who we got next?
Bad channels.
Bad channels.
Can anybody remember watching this?
I watched a little bit of it today.
I've never seen
I'd
it.
probably say hit it with the shovel. Or Crash and Burn, because I'm still trying to figure it out. There's like a weird music video segment in there. Some music stuff.
Yeah, I watched it when it came out in VHS. Hated it. And I didn't even bring myself to watch it now. I'm just going on my slightly boozed up viewing of it. A late night Friday night.
I kind of watched it thinking I'd rather watch Trick or Treat.
That's pretty bad then.
You know the movie with Gene Simmons and
Yep.
Yeah,
yeah.
because it's kind of that same music kind of
Yeah,
kind of deal.
because Trick or Treat's not great, and
No,
I'll
it's not.
No,
Well,
no,
tell
it's not.
Peter Gilmore that he'll have your head. He likes that movie.
no, I'm not a big fan because I think because I'm such a big Kiss fan as well. I was kind of just shaking my head and going,
Oh, I'm a big Kiss fan too,
And
man.
he was in there like 3 minutes, all over the
yeah,
cover.
yeah, and then I'm like, geez, this is it, you know.
Gene Simmons, Ozzy Osbourne, they each have 2 minutes in the movie.
Yeah,
And
much
how
rather
much
watch.
of the budget went to that?
Exactly. Yeah, yeah. I maybe worth appraising it if Gilmore likes it. Maybe I'm
Yeah,
being too
Gilmore
harsh.
really liked that movie.
I mean, maybe it's probably just because I was a card carrying member of the Kiss Army. That's probably it. Yeah. I mean, I loved Wanted Dead or Alive and Runaway. That was like give me cheesy, sleazy Gene Simmons in a movie. It was a bad guy.
Runaway was good.
Yeah. Okay. Is that on Tubi? Let me check.
No.
No. Right. Now we do what we got now. We've got I've never seen Shadow Zone. I don't even know
Shadow
what
Zone
it
is a very mid-tier movie.
Is
Name
it?
rings a bell.
Very
What's that
mid-tier
about?
Yeah.
movie.
Or
What's
I've
that
seen it
about?
and I just don't remember it.
Kind of like interdimensional aliens trapped. They're trapped in a bunker. It's really mid. It's not bad. It's not amazing.
Yeah, I think
Right.
I have seen it. Not, it's. I don't want to see it again. I mean, I suffered through it. I got to the end.
All right. So we'll just drag it down to.
All right, crash and burn sounds. Oh, you going to shovel?
I don't know. I haven't seen it.
Yeah, there's a reason
I'll
this
put
is
it
one of the 3 movies that didn't become a franchise.
Oh, hang on a minute. We've got. Whoa.
See, I tell you,
Yeah.
Wow.
he likes that trick or treat. It's got a following.
The guy from Lost.
Hi there, World Comics Review. That's a synopsis of the movie. I think it's. Yeah, I didn't know that.
Wow, I'm the only one that saw this one here.
Yeah, I don't know why I haven't seen it. I think maybe it was like having seen Head of the Family and bad channels. I mean, it's just not bothered watching anymore at that particular time. But another one which is an early one, which I think is quite possibly one of the dullest of their movies, is Crash and Burn.
Right, it's like I see what they were going for.
Yep,
they were really trying to
nothing
Terminator or even a cyborg.
How long is a movie? Because it feels like it's 3 hours.
I know, right?
It's like an hour and a half.
It's an hour and a half of. I don't know.
Lots of talking.
Lots of talking and a robot that does nothing.
And they saved the three little appliques that they put on the face for the end because that's where a lot of the budget probably went. That in the stop motion.
Yeah, I was. I wasn't happy when I watched that. So that's going straight to hit it with a shovel. Good guys.
These all have those great covers where you're in the video store and you're like, "Oh, this looks awesome! I gotta get it." And then you get home and you see it, and that's where they made most of their money.
Oh man! Like the movie, it's like a double splash page with like 40 word balloons, and you just have to go all the way around. You're like, wait a minute, that's it?
It's a lot of talking.
God.
Was that done after Robot Jocks? I think it was. Was it before? I'm going to have a look. No, it was after. It was and it was. Hang on a second. It was released in some European markets as Robot Jocks 2, Crash and Burn.
Oh wow!
That must have been really disappointing to anybody that saw it as Robot Jocks 2. So we'll bring up Robot Jocks.
I didn't get to this one. What do you guys think? Either of you see it?
Oh, you've not seen this one?
Nope.
Oh. Take Pete down so we can see you there, Hojo.
Look at Dave's comment here. The covers that always tricks me. I bought so many crap movies because the covers look good. That's how they get you.
No, that's how they get you.
Dave, come on. You'll buy a movie regardless of what's in the cover. Let's be honest. Right, Robot Jocks was Stuart Gordon directed it, and it was written by Joe Haldeman. Or Halderman. Is it Halderman or Haldeman? I should look it up. It's on Crash and Burn there. Give me a check. It's Haldeman, who is a science fiction author who wrote the Forever War, which is a great book if anybody wants to read a good kind of like military themed science fiction type novel. It's not a Heinlein. And the Forever War is worth giving a look at. So it's well, yeah, he was inspired by his experiences in Vietnam. So Robot Jocks is just a really fun, low budget fighting robots movie, kind of like Pacific Rim, made for like $10.50.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
makes sense.
Don't know if the budget was that big, but maybe just $10. I think it's shooting for the moon.
Okay. That one.
You think so?
I don't know if is that one on Tubi. I could eventually take a look.
I don't know.
So. I didn't see it.
What do you guys in the chat think, though? I mean, is it shooting for the moon, or is this film better than Dollman?
Robot Jocks, 1990. I think it might be interesting.
But yeah, it's a lot of fun as far as I remember.
Okay, so that's a higher tier. Okay, great.
Yeah, it does actually have the robots fighting in it, so it's kind of like Neon Genesis Evangelion type thing, you know, with people inside the big giant robots. You know, and wrapped it off.
What do we got next?
Dr. Mordred.
That's got to go higher.
Yeah, that's somewhere between them, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, this is originally conceived as a Doctor Strange movie, and then turned into something far more interesting.
I mean, I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Had what's his face? Brian from Cobra and from guys always like doing that. Excuse me, villain roles, and he's still around. I think 1980.
Brian
Thompson, yes.
Oh yeah, I love Brian Thompson.
Yeah,
Brian Thompson.
He had the big jaw. He was in the first episode of the first season of Buffy as well, wasn't he? He was like the sidekick to the Ancient One.
Yeah, he did a great job.
Yeah,
I like that one. I think it's a less talked about full moon movie, but it's a pretty decent movie.
Yeah,
better than the Doctor Strange movie they actually went with for TV.
Yeah, man, with the pajamas.
Yep, Brian Thompson. Yeah, it was pretty nice too.
Yeah, man, he was
nice
in,
mustache.
That old
nice
show,
mustache though.
Werewolf.
Right.
So we're rattling through these because, but that is one we saw. I watched that recently because I bought the Blu-ray as well, and it looks really nice. And it's got stop motion dinosaur bones in it as well, so it's just got lots of fun stuff. Much better than Into the Multiverse, it has to be said. It just is. It just is. Good to say. Sam Raimi dropped the ball, and Dr. Mordred is much better than his Doctor Strange.
I kind of wonder if he wasn't allowed to do anything,
or was told to stay in this lane. Like you can think, but just in this box.
All right.
Yeah. Well, he's set me in my journey, so this is me nearly now 3 months MCU and DCU free. I'm doing Hojos. I'm spending a year not watching any superhero derived movies or TV shows.
Wow.
I'm detoxing from them. I'm getting them out of my system.
I haven't watched any in a while, to be honest.
Yeah.
I'm watching older ones.
I mean, Avengers Endgame was the last one I went to pay to see.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I wish that was the last one.
MCU died with me there.
Yeah, pretty much.
Wrapped it up.
Yeah.
I haven't seen any of the Disney Plus shows.
You don't want
I stopped after WandaVision.
I heard the best thing about WandaVision was the white suit, and they still might have messed that up as well. But
I don't even know if I'm sure they'll bring it back, but who knows?
I don't know.
Who knows?
Yeah. I think they should just give Charles Band the MCU to work with. You know, it would probably be better. Right. Now, Mandroid.
I'd say that was the middle of the road myself.
Yep.
Invisible. I'm bringing two of them up together. I'm bringing.
They're pretty much what
Both
part 1
mid,
and 2, right?
pretty mid.
Yeah, Mandroid and Invisible. This is where they were doing this kind of linked universe. See the seamless link from the MCU into this.
Yes.
Seamless. Mandroid and Invisible, which I can't read because it's that small. What was it? What was the subtitle of that movie? I'll bring it up.
Oh, the
something
Benjamin
with
Knight?
somebody. Benjamin Knight. Yeah.
The Chronicles of Benjamin Knight.
Chronicles of Benjamin Knight. They only made one.
Yeah.
The Chronicle.
The Chronicle, exactly.
It's like a weird mismatch of ideas that didn't quite gel together. I think if you look at it all, they threw everything and the kitchen sink into these 2 movies.
Yeah.
Yep.
But average and
interesting take. Yeah. I can see that. Yeah. I quite like Mandroid. I thought it was quite good. I meant to watch it again recently, but never get around to it.
Sure.
And I quite liked the Invisible when I saw it as well back in the old VHS days.
Oh, these were made for VHS, for goodness sake.
Yeah, exactly. They had that kind of weird, slightly larger budget than a low budget TV show feel about them.
Right. Hey, London Gothic, welcome to the chat.
Hey,
Nick. Where are you? I'm jumping between so many tabs here. Fiendishly indeed. Fiendishly well. So, mid-tier, dry hairs for squids.
Yep.
For both of them. Yeah.
Yep.
That leaves us with a slight problem though, because they have the Eliminators, which is like, I think that's a classic.
You think it's classic?
That's a classic.
Okay.
What do you think?
I haven't seen this one.
I would say Shooting for the Moon.
Shooting for the
pretty
Moon.
good. Yeah, it's not. Yeah.
Okay.
You up for the trailer then?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. This is a long one, but it's a good one.
It was a good one.
In a hidden fortress concealed by impenetrable jungle dwells Dr. Abbott Reeves, a brilliant but devious scientist with the power to create.
Help the mandroid from the cage, Takala.
Any malfunctions? I had some trouble with this. Feels like a delay in the neurosynapse trigger.
And the will to destroy.
Move its memory and dismantle it. It's half human.
He must be eliminated. Colonel Nora Hunter has the brains to mastermind the operation.
You need a full-time mechanic, my friend.
Fontana, the river rat.
What are you doing?
I saw this in a movie once.
When he finds himself in a tight spot, someone else has to pick up the pieces. Kuji, the ninja. He has the martial skills to destroy his enemies. The Mandroid. More machine than man. His special powers will determine whether or not they survive.
We got robots, we got cavemen, we got kung fu. What is this anyway? Some kind of damn comic book?
It is the most perilous journey any one of them has undertaken. And once they reach their destination, they face the most awesome power on Earth.
You don't understand. Soon I shall rule the world.
It will take all their combined skills to defeat him. Each one is the ultimate specialist in his field. Together, they are the Eliminators.
What the heck did I just watch?
That's good. We don't even need to talk about that. That's going straight up to Full Moon Classic, isn't it? And you don't need to watch the movie now, Startled. That is it.
There are so many movies in this company that like, they remake classics. They should give these some higher budgets to see what they can do with them. Like,
you notice how Mandroid appears, Tasha Yar appears.
I just like that music.
Yeah, and it's written by the guys who wrote The Rocketeer and Trancers as well. So it's got Conan Lee in it doing some kung fu.
That's amazing.
I've got that in Blu-ray as well. Yeah, brilliant. So
Humble
that's
brag.
going up. Nobody's going to argue with that. Nobody's going to argue with that. Okay.
That's just fine. That's funny.
Exactly.
Wow.
Tiddly Dodger. Very familiar. Indeed. I think it was, Nick. Yeah.
All right.
Probably didn't have the rights to it either. So, Killjoy movies. Anybody seen these?
I would probably put those lower than that.
This low?
Yeah, I don't like them.
Yeah.
It's just not my cup of tea. I'm not
I
saying
think
they're
they've got a
bad.
charm to them, but I don't think they're very good movies.
Yeah. Yeah, me neither. Are we even going to talk about them? Or are we just going to put it down?
We're good. We're good, unless someone's got something in the chat. But
Chat, we'll come back to it.
But
Here. I think this is where their movies kind of like just lose it for me in the kind of modern kind of output.
It's weird with Killjoy. Like, it started out super, super like low budget, and then it got more production values, but then it got kind of weird and silly as it got further.
Yeah.
It's kind of odd. Each movie that went forward looked better than the last, but it was also like less of a horror movie, more of like what Leprechaun turned into.
Yep.
Yeah. That's a great example. It's a great comparison.
Yeah, definitely. Yep.
I dipped out after he went to the hood.
I dipped out after about the first 15 minutes of the first film.
All right,
guys, if you haven't seen them,
all of them.
Actually, they might just be for you, but they look awful. They look shot in video. They look terrible. They look like they make asylum movies look like they were shot by like a classic 1950s cinematographer in relation to them.
Like
so
like a Sidney Lumet film.
Hit it with a shovel. Shrunken Heads.
I saw the trailer to this, and I'm not even sure what the heck I was looking at. I would hit that with a shovel. What is that?
Yeah, we've kind of. I saw the trailer for this too. I remember seeing it, and it's. I don't know. Tojo, have you seen it?
Which one?
Shrunken Heads.
No, I remember seeing the cover for it though.
Yeah.
3 children murdered by a mob boss come back as shrunken heads with powers to exact revenge and stop him.
No, it's not ringing a bell.
Sounds better than I remember, to be honest with you. But great. Shall I? Yeah,
it's like a rated R children's movie. It's really weird.
Yeah, I'm just putting it there because it doesn't. It's like you said, it doesn't know what it is. So I know Hojo's not got much time to stay with us because it's a busy man. He's got a launch. Yep. So we've only got 4 to go through, but we have the entire subspecies now. Are they all classics, or is it just the first?
I mean, I think the first 3 are, pretty well done myself. I mean, that's where I don't. Yeah, I like the first 3. The third one less than probably it diminishes in my.
Yeah, so I think just yeah.
It's like a Pearl Jam album.
Yeah, I didn't split.
Okay, go ahead.
So I didn't split these up. I probably should have done, but so let's just concentrate on, like, say, the first couple of movies. They are good, moody, sort of like these are the ones that were filmed in Romania, I think, weren't they? Kind of moody, kind of like romantic vampire movies.
Yeah.
Nosferatu inspired with a vampire.
I love the second one.
They weren't my favorites, but I definitely think they're a pillar in Full Moon. I feel like that's one of the better done franchises for Full Moon, at least.
And I think the same director did all of them.
And I think they're working on.
They're working on. It got pushed back because of COVID.
Ted Nicolau, or how you pronounce it. But yeah, I think Denise Crosby later in the year. Maybe. yeah, I'm going to push them up for Pete, and yeah, I think for you guys as well. So I'm kind of going to put them in Full Moon Classic if nobody
They
minds.
definitely should be in
'Cause I think-
classics
yeah,
because
yeah,
they're a franchise that everybody thinks of when they think Full Moon's one of the top 4 or 5.
Yep.
Yeah. Which then leads us to Meridian.
Good makeup, weird makeup.
Good makeup.
Not sure about the movie.
Sherilyn
weird.
Fenn.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Supposed to
Weird
depends
crap
what
in that
age you-
movie. Not sure
Yeah,
where I'd put it. It's mid to
Yeah.
lower for me.
I'd put it in the middle.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's about where I had it.
Yep.
Yeah,
People are mid. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. We're rocketing through here. I've left two till the end here. I'm going to bring them both up together. I'll bring them in here. One's the Pit and the Pendulum, and the other one is Castle Freak. Right.
Oh yeah.
Now we're talking about 2 films from Stuart Gordon. Totally different kind of movies. What do you think, guys?
Well,
For me, this is a no-brainer for both of these movies.
I mean, like Castle Freak's definitely a classic.
Yeah, Castle Freak.
yeah, I'd say they're both. I'd say they're both in the classic category.
Yeah,
I
this
wasn't
is-
a huge fan of Castle Freak myself, but it is definitely one people rave about.
Yeah, and I prefer the Pit and the Pendulum. I think it's Lance Henriksen's best role.
Yeah,
He's just
that's so
chewing the
good.
scenery. So we're putting him up there. And just for that, yeah, I'm going to put her up to Shooting for the Moon. There you go. I'm sure that will please not my monkeys. Hey guys, we've got a lot of classics.
Yeah, it's like they're either really good or really bad or really mid.
They're all quite entertaining, and then and we've got like at least a few entertaining sequels as well in there too. So that's not bad at all. Yeah, we did it. We ranked the Full Moon movies.
We got it.
Long time coming.
Yeah, and we watched about 12 of them.
Yeah,
if that many. Yeah, brilliant stuff. Right, okay, that is it. We have done Team Dark rank the Full Moon pictures. I don't know why I put Team Dark ranking. It's so hard to say. Guys,
yes,
the Mythicals. The link is down below, and all you need to do is put your name in there and hit sign up. And miraculously tomorrow it will be live.
Yep.
Wow. Yeah. Oh, we probably will, Hyper Kaiju. Good night, London
man,
Gothic.
come on.
Night.
You can't put me through those movies.
Hey, but come on, we don't need to watch them. We can still rank them.
Yeah,
we have no integrity when it comes to these things here at Team Dark. Hojo, quickly let us know before you go. Where are you going to be launching? Where can people catch you on the
I'm going to be
launch
on
night?
Michael Bancroft tomorrow night at 9. So
Cool. You'll get
29 hours from now.
That's 29 hours from now. Yeah, you got a lot of years. Yeah, I hope you do well in the launch night. I'm sure you will. Looks like a great campaign, and you've got our very own Peter Gilmore doing a cover down here as well, just to pull in even more of the horror crowd. Right. So, thanks very much for joining us tonight. I hope that you've enjoyed ranking the Full Moon movies with us. And we will be back in a fortnight, because we do this every 2 weeks right now. And it's me and Stato and Lucifer, if his computer's going to let him. We're going to be watching Night of the Living Dead. And then I'll let you know what we're doing after that once I've decided. Well, I do know what we're doing, but I need to check with Lucifer first. So I'm going to play out tonight's show with the trailer for the Mythicals. So cheers, everybody.
Have a good night, Al.
Yep.
Right,
And thanks again, Hojo. We will see you all in 2 weeks' time here.
In a world where creatures of myth and legend exist, a covert task force is charged with keeping humanity safe from supernatural threats. And when young Nancy Moon stumbles into the eternal battle between good and evil, she finds... Oh my God, will you shut up? What's happening? Agent Beckett here. Aren't you tired of stuff like that? Want something different? Roll the tape. Whoops. Sorry about that. That's a song I'm writing for my ex. Okay, here we go. Yeah, that's more like it. Alrighty. Welcome to the world of the mythicals. We have it all. Monsters. Magic. Government agents. He's the strong silent type. This guy. Ugh, gross, dude. Get some kind of cream or something. Lots of 90s style action. Pew, pew, pew. And that strong female lead alluded to earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Not to mention a dashing field commander with a great sense of fashion. Look at those glasses. South River Studios presents The Mythicals, Issue 1. Buy it, if you dare. Ugh, will you can it already? How'd you get free? Now beat it before I lose my cool. So what are you waiting for? Sign up today. Like right now.
Sign up today on Indiegogo.